Ever opened up a jacket or helmet and seen letters and numbers like CE Level 2 or AA or ECE 2206? And you're thinking, what the heck am I looking at? Well, those little codes decide how well your gear protects you when things go wrong. And after years of working in the motorcycle industry as apparel and gear manager here in New York City, I picked up a little bit of knowledge. So today I'm breaking it all down as simply as possible. I'll cover the difference between armor levels, what single A, double A, triple A mean for clothing, and the materials that actually keep you safe, like Cordura, Kevlar, Dyneema, and leather. Alright, section 1, clothing. We'll talk about CE level A, AA, and AAA, and some different protective materials. Now in Europe, motorcycle clothing is tested under the EN 17092 standard. And that's where these ratings of A, AA, and AAA come from. And here's kind of the breakdown. Single A, it's basic protection, lightweight gear, good for short city hops. Double A, mid-level protection, the best balance between comfort and safety. Most armor jeans, textile jackets, and touring gear land in this area. And then you have AAA, maximum protection. This is race level gear, usually heavy-duty leather suits built for high speeds. But the rating isn't the full story. Materials matter just as much. Cordura, a heavy-duty nylon textile, great abrasion resistance, usually woven into jackets and pants. Kevlar, an aramid fiber, heat and tear resistant, commonly woven into motorcycle jeans. Dyneema, a high-tech fiber, stronger than steel by weight, but still lightweight and comfortable, big in premium riding denim. Cowhide Leather, the classic gold standard, thick, durable, and extremely abrasion resistant. And finally, Kangaroo Leather, lighter and stronger than cowhide. You'll find it in high-end racing suits and gloves. Think of it like this. Let's take these two examples. So a pair of AA rated Dyneema jeans with CE armor gives you way more protection than regular denim, but it still looks casual enough for grabbing coffee in Soho versus a AAA rated Kangaroo Leather suit. Well, that's what you'd see at the MotoGP grid. Alright, section 2, impact armor. Basically CE levels 1 and 2. And let's go ahead and also talk about gloves and boots. Now let's talk armor. You know, those things that you slide into your jacket or pants to make you look buff. But in all seriousness, these are impact protectors that are tested under EN 1621 standards. And generally you'll find them in shoulders, elbows, knees, hips, and back protectors. And of course, there are two main levels. So you got CE level 1, which is generally thinner, lighter, more flexible, and passes more impact force to your body. It's comfortable, but not maximum protection. And then of course you have CE level 2. This is generally thicker, denser, and absorbs more shock. It's bulkier, but safer in a crash. Think of it like this. Level 1 is like running shoes, light and comfy, but not made for heavy hits. Level 2 is like work boots, heavier, but they protect you when things go wrong. And of course, remember that not all armor is the same material. And as an example, you have stuff like D3O, soft and flexible, but stiffens instantly on impact, found in jackets, jeans, gloves, and boots. And then you got TPU, a rigid plastic used for sliders and extra reinforcement. Gloves, on the other hand, have their own standard, EN 13594. Look for CE rated gloves with knuckle protection, palm sliders, or even D3O inserts. Your hands are usually the first thing you throw down in a crash. Now for boots, they fall under the certification of EN 13634. Now protective boots may include reinforced ankles, heel and toe caps, shin plates, and sometimes D3O for crush resistance. Now this is way better than sneakers if your foot gets trapped. Alright, section 3, helmets and DOT, ECE, SNELL, and FIM. Now helmets are where certifications really matter because this is your head we're talking about. And here's a simple breakdown. DOT, the US legal standard self-certified by manufacturers. This is the bare minimum. ECE 2205, This is the older European standard, and it is third-party based. ECE 2206, now this is the newest and toughest update. This tests multiple impact speeds, different points, rotational force, even visors and accessories. SNELL, an independent US standard, and that is usually stricter than DOT, often required in racing. And then finally you have FIM or FIM. This is the MotoGP gold standard. If you're racing at the highest level, your helmet must be FIM approved. All right, think of this example. Think of DOT as your learner's permit. ECE 2206 is like your full license. SNELL or FIM, well, that's your pro racing credential. If you're buying a new helmet today, go with ECE 2206. So what does that mean when we put this all together? Clothing handles abrasion resistance, Cordura, Kevlar, Dyneema, or leather. Armor handles impact absorption, CE level 1 or 2, D30 or TPU. Gloves and boots protect your extremities. Look for EN 13594 and EN 13634 certifications. And finally, helmets protect your head. You want DOT, ECE 2206, SNELL, or FIM. All right, here's like an example of like a New York City setup. A strong New York City setup might be something like a AA rated Dyneema jeans with level 2 hip and knee armor, Cordura or leather jacket with D30 pads, gloves with CE rated knuckle protection, boots with ankle armor, and a helmet that meets ECE 2206 standards. I mean, that's a look and kit that looks stylish, but still has serious protection. Certifications and materials might not sound too glamorous, but man, they're exactly what keep us walking away from a crash. All right, that's it for now. I know that's a lot of information, but I hope this kind of helped you out with all the CE levels, AA, AAA, and all that other types of armor protection out there. I know it can get very confusing. And so if this breakdown helped you understand your gear better, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. And if you get a chance, why don't you let me know what type of gear you're using and what type of protection levels you have. Thank you all again for taking the time to check out my videos. And if you like this particular video, why don't you check out my other videos over here? All right, that's it for now. Thank you all again so much for checking out my channel. Ride safe, ride smart, and I'll see ya on the New York City streets, I hope. All right, thanks again, guys. Peace.